Hey, everybody, it's Sunday. It's me, Teri Hunter. Thank you for joining me on Lada's channel for Messages from Your Angels by Astrological Sign. If you guys are wondering, I go by the rising sign first, moon sign second, and sun sign third. So that's how I would check them on each week. So we'll just jump right in. All right, let's start with Aries. What does Spirit have to say for you this week? I know I shift around between saying the angels and Spirit. I think that I'm more comfortable saying Spirit only because, hello, Marie, because I don't know that we are only guided by angels. I think we have a team that has various vibrations. So we may have master guides, we may have angel guides, we may have spirit guides, all sorts of different energies will help support our journey here in the physical. So let's start with Aries. All right. Our first angel is Aurora. The second is Vanessa. The third is Yvonne. And the final is Shanti. Oh, goodness gracious. I am so happy to hear that. So Aurora, in our foundational position, this week I got my manicure, so I'll show the cards. Aurora says you're flying high right now. Don't descend because others may be threatened by you, but you'll soon set an example. I want to say this. I don't think they mean threatened by threatened. I think how it is that sometimes when people have a certain way of thinking things and then somebody comes in and does something outside the box, it can kind of freak people out and go, how did you do that? So I think it's more about of a belief thing. And I say that for Aries because I have Vanessa in my opportunity or my obstacle. Vanessa is always the angel that says to me, am I going to base my decisions on faith or fear? And I'm going to say this too, guys. I'm not a huge fan of the word hope. Because for some reason, hope feels like it's outside of myself, like I'm waiting for somebody to come save me from whatever issue I have. But when I have faith, I feel like I'm empowered by that. I don't need to know how it's going to work out. I don't need to know who's going to come in and help. I just have faith that God, the angels, and everybody who's watching over me is on board. And again, this is where Aurora comes back because it's standing in that faith that, the human wants to go into action all the time, wants to jump into action, take charge, especially an Aries rising, ruled by Mars, with Mars in Aries right now. So I want to say, continue to hold the line because here in the Angel's Advice, I have Yvonne. Now, Yvonne will talk about having a way with animals, but as you guys who've checked in with me before, I always see it as a card of vulnerability. I never actually had human babies. I always had fur babies. So I was always vulnerable to their happiness. And I want to say this because the final card is Shanti, and Shanti is the angel of peace. So I'm really kind of excited that this week, what Spirit is saying for us as we are in between eclipses is that we just as Aries get to continue to hold the line of whatever endeavor we are embarking upon or whatever plan we have. Enjoy the process. And if the process has come to a place where you have done everything you can do, then sit back and have faith, be vulnerable to that faith, that Spirit is now moving things around and aligning people for and places and situations to get you the peace of mind that you're looking for. And you guys, I cannot even begin to tell you how appropriate this is for me this week because I've had some very interesting things going on in the neighborhood that have been very disruptive of peace in general. So I'm excited to get that message from the angels. Okay, let's go on to Taurus. What does Spirit have to say for Taurus this week? Okay. Our first angel is Sonia. The second is Vanessa again. The third is Archangel Gabriel. And the final is Teresa. Okay, so when I look at this, the first thing I feel with Taurus is there's not a lot of forward motion in things. This feels like a week where, just like I was saying for Aries, if you have, gotten to a place in the process of whatever it is you're embarking upon, endeavoring, this is really a time that Spirit is going to be leading the charge for you, taking over the next step okay? Because this Sonia represents a deceased loved one being safe in heaven. But when we're talking to a huge collective, and I'm talking to Taurus and potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands of you, I think that's your spirit guides. Your spirit guides saying, connect with us. Know that when you connect with us, you will find more peace of mind as you step into your faith. This is a place in some respects where there's not an answer right now. There's not a conclusion coming, at least not this week for Taurus, because I also have Archangel Gabriel in the angel's advice. Now she will talk about, and I always think Archangel Gabriel has a feminine energy to me. I just have a hard time thinking that the top four are all men, male energies. So, and even I think she looks female on this card. So what she talks about is turning over whatever insecurities you have, whatever might be messing with your faith right now, turn them over to her and to your spirit guides. Because Taurus, Teresa is a card for me of worry. It's a card where I'm putting a lot of effort into other people, other dynamics, other things, and I may not be taking as good a care of myself because I just have a huge schedule and things just have to get done. And if I don't do them, they're not going to get done. Spirit is kind of asking you to put yourself on the list, make yourself a priority, turn over some of those details, those things that seem insurmountable this week, or you're so busy that it feels like you can't squeeze yourself in. That's when I want to ask you to turn over to Spirit and say, Spirit, thank you for giving me the eyes to see the time and the wisdom of taking care of myself. Because if we are constantly giving out, we are going to crash at some point, and that doesn't serve anybody around us anyway. So do your best, Taurus, not to worry right now. And I want to say this too, because, you know, Uranus is heading back into Taurus in the next couple of months, and it's kind of hovering around. I personally, being an Aries rising and a Taurus moon, have been feeling for some reason, free floating, I don't even want to call it anxiety because I don't actually feeling anxious. I just feel shark energy where I just constantly want to kind of move around, and I don't know why. Anyway, so Taurus, this week, whatever you might be concerned about, worried about, would like a conclusion or an answer to, just turn it over to Spirit and say, thank you for giving me the eyes to see the answer and not let the worry block it. Okay, let's go on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I love seeing all the comments. I was wondering this week if you guys had noticed any signs or omens from Spirit. Did you see any series of numbers? Did you see any animals that may have represent different totems for you? I know I've been seeing a lot of dolphins lately, and being fortunate to live so close to the ocean, being in the middle of such disruption this last week, the dolphins really sort of reminded me to step into my joy because there's so many good things happening, and I didn't want the disruption to overwhelm that or eclipse that in any way. I wanted to focus. Yeah, wands, love that. Kwan, seeing wands is so important. And Anji, really, that Spirit telling you, pay attention to your thoughts. The focus that you have is what you're starting to manifest. And when we focus on something for 17 seconds or more, and if you think about it, 17 seconds is a long time if you're worrying. So you can focus on something that you're worried about or think about it, but you don't have to go and chew on it beyond that. Because as you continue to put your focus on the outcome, the solution, then Spirit starts to align with that, and then you start to see the signs and the omens. It's interesting too, I want to say for some of the numbers as you see them, if they have significance to you, let's say it's your birthday, that means something. It doesn't have to be Doreen Virtue's or any other spiritual teacher's definition of those numbers. Yes, those are a structure you can start with, but allow yourself the privilege of knowing that Spirit wants its own individual language with you. So if you see like my birthday's 10/17, and I tend to catch the clock at 10/17 all the time. And when I see it, I just think about it, that, Spirit's saying, hey, hi. So anyway, there you go. Oh, Greece. Hello, Greece. Welcome. 919 is a cool number to see. Oh, and then there's your birthday, September. That's cool. Awesome. All right, so let's get on to Gemini. All right, my twins. We have Indrio. Oh, and Chantal just pulled herself out, so she's going to be in there too. And we have Adriana. All right. So This seems like an interesting week for Gemini. Okay, so this feels like it has to do with your love life a little bit. I have Indriel, the light working card. Okay. I believe we are all light beings, and how much we shine our light is how connected we are to our that part of ourselves. So I feel like Spirit is saying to Gemini this week to enjoy just being you, be your complete and honest, authentic self. And I say this because Akasha is in the opportunity, the obstacle, the card of the spiritual teacher. Then I have Chantal, the romance angel, in the angel's advice. I think that these two angels are saying that as you shine your light, you learn that you are perfect just the way you are. There's a little part of whenever, whether male or female, whenever we see somebody that we are attracted to or that we like and we want them to like us back, there's always a sense of trepidation. And sometimes, we'll shave off a few things that we like, and dumb them down a little bit because we want to seem more acceptable to the other party. I don't think Spirit wants you to do that, Gemini. Be you. Because here's Adriana leading you to the answers to your prayers, to your dreams, your intuitions, through those subtle thoughts and yearnings. Let's just say that you've been wanting to be in an intimate relationship and you haven't been in one in a long time. So you go and you think, oh, I don't know, I'll get on one of those dating sites and I'll give it a try. Those kind of things will really end up triggering us into all of our holes, honestly, all the things that we have concerns about. So I really want you to, when you go through this week, Gemini, imagine that whoever and whatever you are, there is a partner out there for you, or your current partner can accept you just the way you are. If you laugh loud, if you like to knit, it doesn't matter what it is. Just trust that and shine your light. Okay. All right, let's move on to Cancer. What's up for you this week? I don't know if you guys know this, but when I was growing up, we always called the Cancers moon children for some reason, rather than calling them Cancers. So I always thought that was kind of a lyrical, fun way of addressing y'all. So my little moon children, we have Merlina, we have Layla, we have Adriana, and we have Crystal. Okay, so when I look at this Cancer, the first thing I think is, wow, how did the January 5th/6th eclipse hit you guys? You're on that you guys are going on that eclipse axis right now. So I have Merlina saying to my Cancers, you're confused and indecisive because you don't have enough information. This can be about anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go on the internet and do research. I sometimes think that when I'm confused and indecisive and Merlina shows up, it's about having Spirit giving me an opportunity for them to show me a direction to go. Because here I have Layla. Layla's my walking meditation. When I love using hikes and walks in nature to, I don't think of them as exercise. I think of them as spiritual connections. So I will notice the grasses, the winds, the types of trees, the birds, because Spirit uses those things to connect with me. There are subtle nuances in the different types of animals that I'll see that will encourage me. I have Adriana here leading you towards the answers to your prayers, to your thoughts, your dreams, and your intuitions. This is in direct relation to Layla. You could be literally sitting on the 405 freeway, or whatever freeway you have in your neighborhood, and Spirit can be giving you signs and omens if you're paying attention, through the license plates, through the types of cars you see, through the billboards. Keep your eyes open this week, Cancer, because I believe Crystal is here saying have faith and hope. And you know what I feel about hope. Have faith, because having faith, Spirit says there's more on the horizon that you cannot see right now. So sometimes, we start to strategize and we start to project out like how things are going to work out. And, out of nowhere, something that we could not have anticipated could show up that could change the whole dynamic. They say what a difference a day makes. And I think that's what Spirit is asking from my Cancers this week, is just kind of take it easy, give yourself a break. And if you are confused in any way, ask Spirit to give you signs and omens, and then to take the privilege of going to take a walk or getting out in nature, or even sitting on your patio and just, looking out into whatever your view is. You never know if a bird's going to fly up on the wire or something. Just pay attention, because Spirit's there wanting to let you know that they support you. Okay, so we're going to Leo now. What is up for Leo this week? Okay. Our first angel is Azure. The second is Chantal. I always like to see. Oh, and Indriel. And Astera. Oh, wow, Leo, this is fun. So it's funny because as I was pulling the cards, I got the feelings. Hello, Finland. I got the feeling of the fifth house. And, you know, the fifth house represents children. It represents romance. It represents creativity. Leo, I have Azure in the foundational position saying, your desire, what does she say? Your desired outcome will happen in the very near future. Have faith and hope. No, does she say have faith? Yeah. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it. Hello, Belgium. Leos, you know, you're so charming and so vivacious and, you know, ruled by the sun. Sometimes I think when you get the, when you start to smell what you're wanting to achieve, you may want to run towards it or push a little bit. And I feel like Spirit's saying, oh, no, just relax. We're going to bring it to you, because I have Chantal in the opportunity or the obstacle. And for many of you, this may be the resurgence of an existing romance or a new romance, but it could also be as a result of you letting yourself receive, that you find a little bit more of a love bubble for your own self. It's like building stacking up a strong foundation with Spirit, saying, okay, I put my order in, they know what I want, and now I'm starting to see it arrive, because there's Indriel in the angel's advice. This is akin to Azure, shining your light, having patience and faith, and knowing it's not an if, it's just a when. Because here in the final position, Leo, is Astera, saying to reach for the stars with your dreams and your desires, and don't compromise. When I say not to compromise, I don't mean to be a bulldozer. You know, we have families, we have people that are in our lives that have, you know, our actions affect them. I think what Astera is talking about is not compromising with Spirit. So let's just say that you have what you feel like is an almost impossible dream, or let's say you want to win the lottery and you got a number in your head. As long as you can really get into that energetic dynamic, Spirit will say, don't compromise with that. Don't dumb down what you want, especially in our love life. Okay, this is where we really should be ourselves and shine our light the most. Be whoever you are, because that also gives our partners permission to be whoever they are. And if they are not nice, well, then that's a whole new decision you get to make. Okay, let's go on to Virgo. All right, Chucky, thank you for showing up, but we're just going to say no, thank you. Okay. Okay, here we go, Virgo. Okay. I just have to learn how to block people. How do I block people? Put user in a timeout. Is that how that works? Okay, I think so. Okay, guys. And if anybody can tell me how to block somebody, I'm new at this kind of thing. Okay, back to Virgo. Our first angel is Archangel Gabriel. The second is Archangel Uriel. The third is Omega. And the final is Daniel. Well, this is very exciting for my Virgos. Okay. Click hide to block. Okay, thank you, Virtuous One. I will look for that next time. Okay, Archangel Gabriel talks about having an important life's purpose in arts and communications. I think we all know by now everything we do in this day and age is communications. So what I believe she's asking you is to turn over whatever insecurities you might have, Virgo. You know, Virgo has a tendency to, you're really good planners. You want to know how you're going to get there. You want to make sure you have everything you need packed, etc. And I feel like she's just saying, you know what? you got everything, and whatever you don't have will be provided for you. Because I feel like I've got Archangel Uriel in the opportunity or the obstacle. Virgo, you may have been slightly frustrated with the lack of movement. Let's just say you're a Virgo who's been looking for a job and you've been doing temporary jobs, this and that, but what you'd really like is something permanent, and you may be frustrated. I think Archangel Gabriel is telling you that we've got you. We're getting you that job. This is, again, I'm just using this as a metaphor or an example. And so allow your frustration to subside. Your frustration will block things, because I have Omega here in the angel's advice. This is the card of victory. Keep up the good work. Your victory is yours. And then I have Daniel. Daniel is the angel of marriage. Now, I don't think that this is about intimate marriage. I think this is about partnerships in generals. So if indeed let's say, we'll use the example of a job. If you, Virgo, wanted to have been feeling frustrated and been trying and starting to worry, Daniel is saying that partnership is coming. And I want to offer you this too. If for some reason Virgo is picking a dynamic that is not truly aligned to what they want, but yet going for something that feels like, I need to be secure. I know that this isn't really what I wanted, but I'll feel better if I have the right amount of money or the right amount of benefits. Spirit may not allow you to take that endeavor, because it's actually not going to make you secure. It's only going to put you in a do-over. So I think what Spirit is telling Virgo this week is, whatever partnerships you make within friendships, with new people you meet, in job situations, in intimate relationships, they're asking you to really look deeper into what it is you want. You know, sometimes we think that we can't, how can I word this? Sometimes when we think we want something, we'll just think, but I don't get it. The other guy gets it. I've seen other people get it, but I don't get it. I think for Virgo, take that off the table this week. No, you get it. You get it. Okay, that's how I'm going to end that. All right, let's go on to Libra. What is up with my Libras this week? Give it a good shuffle. All right. Our first angel is Bethany. The second is Serena. The third is Oceana. And the final is Vanessa. Okay, so this feels like a running theme here to me a little bit. Hello, India. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for everybody coming. Bethany is a card of self-care. She will talk about getting a massage, getting a pedicure, but I think this is really about the bigger picture of self-care. It's about, you know, thinking, if I have the desire for something, I also have the ability to make it happen. And I want to say this too, because for Libra this week, it feels like the focus is on resources and on money, because I have Serena in the opportunity or the obstacle. She is the angel of abundance. She says that God and the angels are in charge of how the money you need is going to show up. And your job is to stand in reception with your arms open, okay? And I want to say this. When I think about money, or I don't think about money as making me abundant. I think of resources, because in my experience, there were times I didn't have any money, but yet I had a work colleague who helped me build my website, and I had other people who helped me in ways that I couldn't have imagined, and without me even trying. They just kind of showed up like little earth angels, because I have Oceana in the angel's advice in relation to Serena. So this is really saying to Libra, the resources that you need, whatever they are, let's just say it isn't about money at all. Say you need to know something about, let's just say, for instance, Libra needs a lawyer, and you've never needed a lawyer before. Somehow Spirit will align to bring you the person who will be best suited to your endeavor. And your job is to have faith, because, oh, you know what, how I'm going to put this? Years ago, I needed a dentist, and I was really nervous about going to a dentist. And I went to one dentist, and he kind of creeped me out. Then I went to a whole different dentist. Spirit had sort of brought one person in, and then another person, and then they aligned. And this guy turned out to be so nice that he actually drove me to a lab to have a color test on my crown. So, crazy stuff can happen. Our job is to get out of spirit's way and to sort of go to how it feels when it's done or when it's completed or when it's in a warm and fuzzy place. And then they will start to lead you there. And then when you get to the warm, fuzzy place, Libra, there's going to be a new warm and fuzzy place to head out to. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio. Go pay your electric bill, Lada. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Using outside sunlight to show video. I don't know what that means. Okay, here we go. Let's go on to Scorpio. What is up for Scorpios this week? Oh, we have Aurora in the foundational position. We have Fiona in the opportunity or the obstacle. We have Layla in the angel's advice, and we have Ray. Okay, so Aurora is saying to my Scorpios, you're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend. You will soon set an example and inspire them. Okay, so I don't want Scorpio to think that that's your job, is to inspire other people. I think what they're talking about is you allowing yourself the privilege of going towards whatever Scorpio wants to endeavor right now. And in doing so, I feel like the Scorpio is standing in a place of courage right now in some ways. I have Fiona in the angel's advice saying, now that you've asked God and the angels for help, be open to receiving their help. I have Layla in the angel's advice for Fiona. So in order to connect with spirit, take a walk, get outside, look out into nature and allow God and the angels to comfort you through that. Because here I have Ray. Now, Ray is a card that talks about yoga, but look at her. She's sitting in a meditative position. Her eyes are closed. She's got her sacral chakra, or not her sacral. She's got her power center connected to her third eye with her heart chakra and her throat chakra. So as Aurora and Ray ask you to connect to spirit with your dreams and your desires, and then you continue to toe the line, continue to move forward, spirit is going to start to show you evidence that they're bringing things into play. It's still in process though, because I think there's something about Scorpio, the unknowing part of whatever you're endeavoring. Let's say you're waiting to hear news on something and you are really feeling good about it, but the time seems to be stretching out and stretching out and stretching out. I think this is where Aurora comes in, saying, don't descend, don't get into fear, don't worry about it. Everything is cool. Just continue to connect with us. You'll soon see results. Okay, let's go on to Sagittarius. Okay. Hi, Nina. Thank you for joining. Yay, Sagittarius. All right. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to give it a good shuffle. Okay. Our first angel is Maya. The second is Sonia. The third is Isaiah. And the final is Xana. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so Sagittarius, Sagittarius, ninth house, represents literally angelic wisdom. It represents the ninth house, and Sagittarius is where angelic wisdom is departed and imparted upon the human experience. For Maya in the foundational position, I really feel like this is a week where Sagittarius is being asked to delve deeper into their spiritual practices, whatever those spiritual practices are, because I have Sonia in the opportunity or the obstacle. Your guides are here. And Isaiah is saying it's time to give birth to new ideas and new situations. I feel like, and then Xana is saying you're being protected. So let me go back real quickly. Sagittarius, I feel like your spirit guides are saying this is a great week to really start to pump up the volume on your own spiritual journey, whatever that is for you, because they're here to work in concert with you to, I'm getting chills all over as I say that, because I feel like they're going, yay! When we incarnate, we don't give our power up to the other side. We're here to make choices. We're here for the contrasting experiences, to let our challenges empower us. So when our guides are here watching over us, They literally are watching until we give them an invitation to come in and help us. That's what Sagittarius has to learn, or not learn, but remember this week, that as you connect with those that watch over you, they will start to give you evidence that they are there protecting you emotionally, physically, spiritually, so that you can be that light being that sends that ripple effect out, so that we can make this planet a more accepting, loving, fun, creative place to be than kind of what it can not be. Okay, I hope that made sense. Let's go on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, what is up for you? I always have a funny feeling, like for some reason, I really don't have much Capricorn in my chart. I have Saturn in the 10th house, but it's in Capricorn. But I have such a fondness for you, goats. I just don't know what it is. Okay. All right, our first angel is Rosetta. The second is Sonia. The third is Maya, holy moly. And the final is Oceana. Okay, Capricorn. So Rosetta talks about having a way, working with young children, teaching, parenting, etc. You know, when I'm talking to such a potentially large collective of Capricorns, this is the inner child. You know, Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn. And, well, I'm not saying that every Capricorn can be very serious. You do tend to be very diligent, work hard, be very responsible. And every once in a while, you know, little kids are messy and they're goopy and they're loud and annoying. And I feel like a spirit wants Capricorn to tap into that a little bit, that childlike energy to get a little dirty and messy, because I have Sonia and Maya here in the, this is your opportunity, your obstacle, and this is your angel's advice. It's about having the opportunity to learn more about your connection to spirit, to have a playful attitude about that, because as you do that, I have Oceana. Oceana is a card that says take action. You're in touch with your truth. I don't know that I feel like Oceana is really saying you're in touch with your truth as much as she's asking Capricorn, be in touch with your inner child. Be a little silly, get dirty, walk on grass with no shoes on, you know, get your fingers dirty, color paint. I don't care what it is. And I don't care how old you are. You don't care if you want to dance around and, oh, dear God in heaven. Chucky, you really have to figure it out. Hide user on this channel. I think that's you. I don't know what to do with you, dear. Okay. I hope I did it right because I didn't see. I hope I did it right, guys. Anyway. Okay. So back to Capricorn. I know I might say this to you guys, and I've said this to you, what I feel like a little bit lately is that you guys are being so responsible. I feel like Spirit just really wants you to. I think I blocked him, Orphan. I'm not sure. It says I hid him. Chucky baby was hidden by Lada. So I think I did. Anyway, I think what Spirit wants is for you to have this sort of playful attitude. You're working hard, Capricorn. Let trust that you've been doing what you get to do, and then now go have some fun. Go have some fun. And if indeed you are called, allow yourself to have some fun in spirit world. So play with that. You know, if you're going out to Costco, ask Spirit to get you a parking place right out front and see what happens. Just little things like that. And I think that you'll have, that'll be fun. And I think that'll also help bring out that childlike dynamic that I think Spirit is asking for you to be a little less serious. Okay. All right. So now we're going on to Aquarius. It's fun to take mediumship classes. It's fun to take classes, and at least for me it is. Whoops. But I always want to encourage y'all to use your teachers as bones in some respects, and you guys allow yourselves to be the meat and potatoes, because Spirit will always resonate with what resonates with you. So if something feels funky, like, you know, if you see a green apple and it doesn't resonate a doctor a day, then let it be whatever it resonates with you. Just really allow yourself that privilege, and then they'll start to confirm it. You know, we each have, you know, most of us have pets. And in some way, we create a language with our pets. They don't speak English. We don't speak bark. But somehow we can just start to feel that energy and know what they want. They know what we want. It's the same thing with Spirit. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I think sometimes we tend to look at these things as there's so much outside of ourselves, and that spirit wants to be connected to us. The angels want to work with us. They want to see us joyously create on this planet. That's what it's for. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's go back to Aquarius. I was acting like someone was here. Okay, there's Vanessa, Adriana. Do you guys see a theme going on here? And Archangel Raphael. So Aquarius, Spirit is saying, are you going to make your decisions based on faith or fear? Faith to me is always something that is it's not even, there's no doubt in my mind. It's just a when. It's not an if. Hope is kind of an if. When faith is a when. Because Adriana, leading you to the answers to your prayers, through your dreams, through your intuitions, through your thoughts. Let me show you. So I have Vanessa. Then I have Adriana. They both have been showing up a lot today. Then I have Teresa asking you not to worry. Worry blocks things, guys. Worry is a form of prayer that doesn't serve me. It puts my attention and my intention in the very experience I don't want. So when I say to Spirit, thank you for releasing me with worry and giving me the eyes to see faithfully the dynamic I'm looking for, then you will see that Spirit will start. There's Archangel Raphael. This is a spiritual healer card. This is, it talks about a physical healing, but for me, it's really more than that, because our dis-ease starts in our emotional and spiritual bodies. And then the physical body starts to respond to that constant stress. So as we have faith, that literally lifts the vibration of our physical being, which allows our physical being to be more efficient in what it already knows how to do. So this week for my Aquarians, it feels like it's more of an inside job. It's like, how am I going to perceive my life, my dynamic, my relationships, whatever is on your plate? And then as you perceive them, know that Adriana is leading you towards the answers to what you want. And then try to step into that, because again, worry will block. All right, let's go on to Pisces, our final sign. Okay. What is up for Pisces? I want to introduce you to my little dog, Lucky, but he just went in the other room. He wasn't having it today. So maybe next week I'll get to show you. He's a double Pisces, and I'm telling you, the guy is so intuitive. It's funny. We walk down the same street twice a day, every day. But when he's going to the groomer, he knows. It's almost as if he can just pick up on it. And I try to clear my mind and not think anything, but he always does. It's so funny. Okay, Pisces. Archangel Michael is our first angel, then Layla, then Maya, and Rochelle. Oh my goodness, Pisces. I got to tell you, this makes me very excited for you. So Archangel Michael is really, in this instance, asks you to have courage to make the life changes that you want. It's not necessarily about jumping into action per se, but about allowing yourself to muse about it. So here's Archangel Michael saying that he's with you, protecting you, to giving you the courage, bad lighting, the courage to make those changes. Now, Layla is my walking meditation and my opportunity and my obstacle. And then there's Maya, my card of spiritual, I think of it as spiritual education. She can talk about traditional schooling, institution, university type thing, but I don't see it that way, especially in relation to Layla, because it is in that stepping out in nature, allowing Spirit to use the elements of nature, even weather, to help you garnish your courage. Because in the final position, Rochelle says, as I honor and follow the guidance of my heart, prosperity is coming to me. But that's not just money, guys. That's where I feel like I'm thriving in all the facets of my body, my physical body, my mental body, my emotional body, my familiar body, my financial body. Did I say that already? I mean, all the different facets that make up the human experience. And I don't think that Spirit is asking you in these, we're coming up with these eclipses, right? I don't think that Archangel Michael is asking you to make jarring changes as much as he's saying to have the courage to step into what makes your heart happy. And as you do that, then Spirit can support that and give you, it's almost like sometimes, we get into a fear bubble and we'll do fear and we'll think about all all the things that can go wrong, all the potentials. And we're supported by that. In the United States, every other commercial is something like Allstate or Geico, or something bad's going to happen and you're going to need somebody to help you. But what Archangel Michael is saying is, what if that isn't necessarily true? What if we start to, I don't like the lighting. Anyway, I guess he's just glowing today. Look at him. He's really wanting you to shine your light and trust that heart that heart bubble that you feel, that is something your soul, in its natal, if you look at your natal chart, I think that's the contract. That's sort of the game plan, the Thomas guide of where I want to go and what's going to support me, and then what might be my challenges. So if I have something that I really feel strongly about in my heart, I already have the ability in some way to make that happen. Now it's about having the courage to go down the road and then connecting with spirit along the way. So I think this is very exciting for you, Pisces, and for all the signs. I want to say this too. You're when you look at your natal charts and you see certain dynamics, know that your soul, each one of those dynamics has the potential to empower you or to tank you, depending upon depending upon your own tenacity in some ways and your own willingness to connect with spirit. We do come to this planet to live through challenges, because if you think about it, when we overcome those, that's the biggest tail wag. When we have a dream, something that we want. I always think of talent shows like America's Got Talent, or The Voice, and the kid that's auditioned 15 times and then he finally makes it. There's nothing more empowering than pushing past your own fears, and I really think that's what spirit wants for all of us, so that we can send the ripple effect of that. There's a big joy bubble that comes with that, and then there's times we look and we go, well, if that person could do it, maybe I could do it too. All right, guys, that's it for this week. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an angel therapy practitioner, Reiki master, intuitive guide, and empowerment coach. And I'm really loving being here on Lada's channel with y'all on Sundays at 11. I hope you'll continue to join me. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week when we're closer to the eclipse. Okay, guys, bye. Have a great week.